Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the first episode of Shadow's House. Now this is a little bit different than the kind of shows I usually react to on the channel, but I did end up watching the PB and it really quite caught my attention, caught my interest, so I really kind of wanted to check it out. I don't really know too much about it because I usually avoid synopsises and whatnot, and it's not exactly a whole lot you can glean from the title, and even the PB really wasn't that revealing about what exactly is going on, what exactly the show is really all about. Just it's that they're in a house, shadows are involved. So that's what I got. So yeah, I am eager to get into it because it does seem pretty interesting. Whatever this is. So before I do go into it, though, I just kind of wanted to explain my reaction format. Basically, I don't show anime stuff in this video for copyright reasons. I show you subtitles from it down there where the words are. Subs will be there instead, next to a timer, which lets you get your own copy of the show and you get it all synced up with me and we kind of watch it together. That's kind of the kind of content I do. So if that appeals to you at all, then let's go. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, play. Aniplex logo to start with. And then the Funimation one. I do want to mention that I am kind of tired, so bear with me. It's been a long day. Okay, bird. Yeah, that is a house and a half. And we do kind of see shadows already, so far the title is pretty accurate. Yeah, this is actually kind of unsettling. But really cool looking. Oh, wow. They're wasting no time just flexing that animation, are they? I respect that. Huh, yeah, that's an intro that really grabs you. And what's up with the bird? Is the bird important? That was the first thing we saw. I feel like I'm watching the first season of Ruby again. So I take it we have people coming, but why? Like I don't quite know the plot of this, so really eager to see exactly what we're here for. Doll. Yeah, this seems kind of sketchy. You just kind of come over to be a doll of the shadows, the noble family of shadows. Is that something to aspire for? Okay, well, someone's awake. She's a cute doll. I must admit. But why are we here? Yeah, we don't need those. Yeah, it would look much better with your hair down like that. That's very prisoner-like. He has opened a slot to give food. The music is not too scary. Is it stuck? Oh, there we go. So are we going to explore the house? Oh. You touched one thing. Not the best start. Somebody should have properly labeled that lever. hasn't been a whole lot of dialogue so far. She's awake. Oh, that looks delicious. Actually, I'm quite thirsty, so I would, yeah. Do shadows like light? Because I'm guessing they don't. Kate. So is you like her personal doll? Well, yeah. What do we call you? Okay. Is this our opening? It definitely is. Yeah, very interesting. Because usually we have shadow people, but those shots were like everything else was shadow except for their silhouette. So yeah, it seems like we have dolls the same, like a doll that's just kind of like a replica of the shadow person. I guess is what we're doing. Yeah, there's still so much I don't know about. Okay, there was some there was some shots there. Still not quite sure what to make of this show. But wow, is this a really, really cool opening. The mirror, which one of us is the true Kate? The shadow and her doll. Shadow. Interesting how it's spelled like that. Be careful. Are you okay? Not even sure where her forehead is. I mean, I can imagine where it is. Okay, so you soot when you're upset. Was this first episode going to be like bonding focus between those two? So she just like refers to herself in the third person? Because that's going to confuse me a little bit. Someone needs to study. You practice, you do your best. The shadow people are going to take some getting used to. Oh no. Hopefully that's not foreshadowing. I thought she said she was gonna, I thought she was gonna say she was gonna join her at first, but no. I mean, it's worth a try. Okay, let's be careful. Oh, come on. That's kind of what I was implying earlier with the foreshadowing comment. Oh, come on. Come on. Ouch. He just comes back out, the whole place is just destroyed. Oh yeah, please explain that to me more. Right. So they are literally dolls, okay. I wasn't sure, because there was another show that I watched where they were called dolls when they were just people. So... Good question. What exactly are you people? That's a good question. I want the answer to it. No need to apologize for that. uh... Wait, what? Wait, what happened? Uh... Do you need to be charged? Where exactly is her charging port? She's just hungry. Somebody get this girl a sandwich. Yeah, you need your energy. My very own bread. I feel so special. The good stuff. Just eat it. Yeah, this is such an interesting system that we have here. They create dolls that look human so that them could see themselves as human. There's a lot you could digest with that. It's good bread. Probably. Where do I get my own doll, by the way? Can you put me in contact with her maker? You don't feel bad, you were very entertaining. I think that's her real job as a doll. Definitely. That was actually kind of cute. Yeah, they're definitely bonding. Oh, wow. They really are bonding. I said I couldn't look at you. You didn't say anything about kisses. And she did not complain, so... It's actually a really lovely dress. I think it suits her well. I'm making a soot man. Yes, that. She's flowing again. Really would be really hard to read her face. Oh, I can't read that either. Probably cursive. Man, she really is enjoying herself. So yeah, so far we just pretty much have been watching these two together. I'm glad that that's what our focus is on for episode 1. You're a long way from being able to read a visual novel. Oh god, the hair. I see a lot of soot. It's probably not a good sign. Stalactite soot. Because if that's, especially that's from her leaking a whole bunch. Wouldn't the bath end up really dark because of the soot? Man, could you imagine having to clean that up? A girl's mess when she just like leaks all over the room, the ceiling, everything. But it's impressive that she could do that on command. She should start an anime reaction channel. Yeah, you could use a bath yourself. That sounds wonderful. A lovely tea set. Is that obvious? Never forget to wash behind your ears. Nice. I would assume so. We saw plenty in the opening. Coming of age, huh? Not at all. You are wonderful. Say so. I really think you're worrying about nothing. You are very likable just the way you are. That's a good point. That's what you do with dolls. You play with their hair and stuff, so it's... Oh... I mean, that's a good point, but... I mean, if it looks good on her, you could assume it'd look good on you, so yeah, it looks great on you. And that's why we have the one shot in the opening. Yeah, so she's not really bothered by it. It's like a convenient tell we have about how she's feeling. Yeah, I picked up on that too. Yeah, I could live with that. Thank you. And Miliko. That's a bit harder to say. I mean, I can live with it, but... Miliko. Almost looks like the name of a company. Yeah, I need my own doll. That's my takeaway from this show. It's gonna take some getting used to. Look like a bug. There's some people. They're probably not gonna wave back. It's a lot of ribbons in her hair. That wasn't a friendly look. But we have her ED, so I'll focus on that. Oh, what is this song? Yeah, we might focus on the different pairs in different episodes. That might be a thing. Maybe Kay could teach me how to read. Nai. That's the name of the song. It's separated again. Like everything's reversing. Yeah, this is a very intriguing show. Opening and ED are both great. Oh wow. That entire house was just a part of a snow globe type thing. And just in front of the real big house. Wonder if there's some kind of meaning I could take from that. Outside the room, I assume that implies we're gonna start to explore outside the room, right? Anyway, that was the first episode of Shadow's House. And yeah, like I said, very interesting, intriguing first episode. I'm not quite sure what I have to say about it because of just how mysterious things are. Like, I don't think we got too much in the way of concrete facts about the setting, because we saw shadow people right at the very beginning all getting together for something important, like something was clearly getting set up to happen. We have like soot and stuff flying around, right? And yeah, just a lot of great animation right out the gate, which I was impressed by. We see a train, right? Of course, it's a train because that also like shoots out soot, you know. So very fitting. So we have like cards, gambling, smoking cigars. Like they're clearly that kind of big old, noble, important family kind of thing, right? We have them pouring beverages. And I think it was, yeah, right about here where we saw our new arrivals, which we didn't know really who they were at the time, but by the end of the episode, it's pretty clear who they are. First thing they said was, "Let us remember the Shadows are an outstanding family of nobles." I feel like the Shadows are the ones that told them to say that, so a little bit biased there. Like, does anybody else consider them an outstanding family of nobles? "To serve them is the pride and joy of every living doll." Because at this point, I didn't know whether I should take doll literally or not. Because, what was the name of that Kiyoani show? With the, like, memoir dolls or whatever. I wish I could remember the name of it. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But they were called dolls. They were still people, though, which is a job. And that's kind of what I thought maybe this was. But it doesn't seem like that's not the case, so we'll learn more about that going forward. Like, we learned some stuff about it, like they have these dolls made and they're like a reflection of the shadow person that owns them, right? And yeah, the interesting thing about that is a sort of kind of mirror dynamic. Like that one shot in the opening of Kate and Shadow Kate, like opposite sides of the mirror, that was one of my favorite shots of the opening, and I think that had a lot of meaning behind it because it's just so ironic, is that the word for it? That, yeah, they have these dolls look like themselves so they can see what they're like as a human through a doll. Like, that is just, there's so much, that's just such an interesting idea, right? And we still don't know much about them as shadow people. Like, I think Kate even, doll, what was her nickname? Emily, something like that. Yeah, she asked Kate, you know, if they're human or not, but she dodged the question, so clearly meant to be more of a mystery, which is fine. And then we had our Kate doll wake up, right, and get ready for her day. And pretty much the entire episode was focused on Kate and her doll and establishing that relationship, because at this point we don't know much about the Shadow family, don't know much about the dolls, but through the course of the episode it kind of clarified some stuff, not a whole lot, but we know kind of the general purpose of the dolls, what they're supposed to be like, right? And we know Kate has some issues, like she doesn't like really being stared at, which you'd think if she was okay with anyone staring at her, it would be her own doll, right? So the fact that even that causes some anxiety within her is certainly interesting. Maybe we'll learn more about her, maybe get some backstory on her, like, as in that could be like kind of a way we learn more about the overall family. That could be pretty cool, right? So yeah, definitely want to learn more about her. And then we got the opening, which is great. I'm not going to delve too much on the opening, really, but it was a good opening. And our Kate doll here, clearly not great at a job initially, which makes you think that even though they're like constructed dolls, they're not really given a whole lot of skill, right? Like, she just seems like somebody that just, like a newbie hire that's starts trying to get the ropes. I mean, she did comment something about being a defective unit, but that was, I'm pretty sure that was just her own opinion. Like, although that's one thing I definitely have to mention. We don't really have anything to compare this doll to. There's other dolls. I'm pretty sure we'll see them going, like, eventually. I don't know if they will literally get the, like, really dedicated episodes the same way Kate and her doll got, but we see a lot of them in the opening. We saw other dolls show up at pretty much the same time as Kate, I'm pretty sure. So I'm sure we'll get to know them more, and once we see more of them, get more of a baseline of exactly what the average doll is like, then we can kind of get an idea of how similar or different she is from the norm. But she's all I have to go on right now, and I think she's a fine doll. They comment about them being human-like, and I think she really, yeah, she seems like a human to me, right? Maybe there'll be some interesting reveals about how these dolls are made. That could be interesting for sure. They could be the human as a base. Like, yeah, I don't know. There's still so much we don't know. That's what's the fun of this kind of show, right? But the meat of the episode really was these two bonding. She has a new doll, and because her doll is a living doll, it's almost like a pet, maybe even a sibling would be more accurate analogy. But yeah, you gotta get your relationship established, right? It's always a little bit rocky before you get something established, but by the end of the episode, seemed to be going pretty smoothly, I would say. We had like makeup and dress up and stuff, and it was nice. And she even shared her bread with her, which was great. It was all soft and delicious, as she said. Right? And Kate's doll, yeah, she commented on it a couple times in the episode, but she is a very positive and an energetic kind of character, right? I don't know if the other dolls are like that. I mean, we only saw them, like, images of them, but I didn't get that impression with the other dolls at all, that they were as happy, energetic, cheerful as she was. I didn't get that impression. So, yeah, I feel like that might be one of the biggest differences with her as a doll. But you never know. You never know. I am glad that Kate was able to be a bit more smiley with her by the end of the episode. But man, seeing all that room all covered in soot really was quite the sight. Like, just in general, the soot, the shadows, it really gives a very interesting atmosphere to the overall show. Because you have the characters that are shadowy, and it's very unsettling, especially when they're like in front of an actual shadow on a wall or something, like, because they kind of like blend in with it. It really makes them feel very otherworldly, and we still don't really know why they even look like this. Because that's definitely my biggest question. Why are they like this? Really? Because not only are they like shadow figures, they're like, they release soot, right? So are they just like fake people made out of soot, special soot? I don't know. I don't know. But she's quite cute for a shadow person, I'll say that. I can say she's the most likable shadow person I've ever seen. That's a praise I can give her. But yeah, but for the most part, it was just a chill episode. Like, obviously, the setting that we have is very horror-ish, but nothing super horror-like happened in the episode. It just kind of had the setting, the house, everything. Like, you could tell there were, like, potential there for stuff like that to happen. But once we got past the initial kind of waking up sequence, I mean, that's when it felt the most horror-like. Like, especially when she, like, grabs a lever and things happen. Like, that's when I was a little bit on edge, kind of wondering what might happen. You know, somebody could pop up with a severed arm leaking blood or something. Like, anything like that could happen. Like, it kind of felt like that. But as the episode kind of went on and we had more of these two kind of just bonding with each other, it felt much more like a fairly standard slice of life show, except the fact that Kate is a shadow person, right? But that doesn't change where we are. It doesn't change our overall situation. That was just kind of like a microcosm. Is that the right word for it? Well, within this, but we did have that little bit at the end of the episode where the doll kind of looks out the window and sees like another member of the family kind of like glaring at her, right? And that's, I think, was meant to be as a quick little reminder of, hey, I know you saw this Kate stuff and that was fun and all, but there's a whole other rest of this house. A lot of other shadow noble family members, a lot of other dolls. There's a lot more going on here. Don't get too comfortable with how you think things go here. It almost had that kind of feel to it, if I had to describe it. In the episode like title we got at the end there was like outside the room or whatever, and that's really kind of what that implies. Like, we believe the comfort of this room, which is probably the most positive and happy atmosphere of the whole house. I would venture a guess that's the case. And yeah, once we see more of it, it might again be a bit more horror-ish. Like, I keep using the word horror. Like, I don't think it even had that genre tag or anything, but it just, that's the kind of feeling the overall setting has for me. I guess we'll see if anything horror-like happens one way or the other. But Shadow People, it does make me think that. It definitely makes me think that. So, yeah, I think that's all I got to say on the episode. I liked it, for sure. It's very intriguing stuff. Makes me very curious what exactly is going on, what will happen. I kind of want to see how the dynamic with the other Shadow People and dolls are like. Kind of compare and contrast them to these two. Although, I mean, nothing's going to be as good as these two, I'm sure of that. So hopefully we still get plenty of them, no matter what the rest of the show is like. Hopefully we still get plenty of them. But the other ones did kind of intrigue me, so I still am curious about them. So, yeah, I liked the first episode. I think I'll continue to watch more of it. So, hopefully you like my reaction to it. And I'll hope to see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment. because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.